Hi, Emerson.
How are you doing?
Well, who knows?
You're not in the car anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I'm in an apartment.
Oh, nice, nice. So what seems to be happening?
Well, guess nothing and and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, it's always this. It's always this way. I was talking to someone, and this is when the identity collapses. There's no more maintenance. There's no more maintaining who am I, who are you, because it's just what's appearing. All of this clarity is just that there's never been an individual. There's never been a person that maintains itself as a whatever. So it's just what's happening. Did you attend the weekend? Were you there in the weekend?
Friday.
On Friday. Oh.
Yes. That was on Friday,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's nothing really to talk about, huh? Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's done. Yeah. It's finished. It never started, so it's done. So the apparent exhaustion finally happened, right? The exhaustion of the seeking, the canceling of the seeking. I started out writing this I like writing sometimes. I was writing this movie, and it's set in the future, 300 years from now, and then it's basically the idea of everything getting canceled. You know, there's this cancel culture right now. So at the end of it, there's the canceling of beliefs, religion, spirituality, non-duality. All of that concept got canceled, and then at the end, what was canceled last was the words. The language was canceled, and it was the end. So the story is only 2 pages. Because after words are canceled, it becomes utopia. So I was writing this dystopian, book, that it's all done, everything, and it becomes utopia when there are no words. I remember our first one-on-ones, the long one-on-ones that we did. Isn't that funny now?
Yeah.
And now it's done. There's nothing to do, nothing to get. It's all done. Nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everything, even it seems like even the interest, even the everything is like just like happening. Even if there is this sense of something, it's just happening. Like I don't know.
Yeah. It's just happening by itself. So there's really no interest that's held anymore, right? It's just this appearance.
Yeah, but even when seemingly in some apparent situation there is like still kind of maybe some activities happening.
Yeah, and that's also it though. That's also nothing. So there's nothing separate from nothing. So everything is nothing. And even activities is really nothing. It's all emptiness. It's just a play. It's a play. And it's a beautiful play. The play of separation, the play of reality, but there's really nothing. It's just this and there's usually when there's a seeing, it's kind of funny. When I do one-on-ones, when it's gone, it's just this there's just this spaciousness. So it looks around at this spaciousness. Like all the clutter falls away, the clutter of knowing, the clutter of belief, the clutter of understanding, the clutter of trying to get something. It falls. No one falls, nothing falls, but all of that belief system, all of that trying to get somewhere, or the hyperventilation. Oh, I'm almost there. It's always this.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. There is
no one knows
what to say.
No.
Not knowing what to say.
No. All of a sudden it's speechless, right? Because it gets caught up in all of these words and definitions and meaning and purposes and all of this stuff. It's just this clutter, all of this noise, all of this distortion, when there's really nothing. Speechlessness.
Yeah, I can try to say something.
Yeah,
course,
sure.
But I mean, right now, of course, I'm just sitting, right? I'm just sitting, and it's just sitting, listening.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when something is being done, and if there is like even interest in it, and even if there is getting lost in it, there is no belief of that it's me doing. It's like it's like by itself. Although it's kind of can be the feeling at the edge of somewhere. This is just a thought. Seems like to be just a thought that it's at the edge between being of somebody and not being of somebody. It seems like it's just a thought, but it's still like these things can like happen, like like zooming in, zooming out. Like But always in the background. Always this like there is no belief in that I'm doing it. There is no belief of that I'm doing it. It's just kind of being done, but just about I don't know. Even I guess even the focusing a lot on the thoughts is also being done without me doing it. Like just happening, right?
Yeah, it's just a happening. Yeah, the believer is dead. This is death.
Yeah, but of course I wouldn't. Of course. Difficult to speak, like but of course seemingly it can't be said that I was never there, but there is no sense of being here, like somehow, just like I don't know, kind of confusion a bit, or something like that.
Yeah, well, there's no one here, there's no location, there's nowhere. It's just this that cannot really be expressed fully. It's just this immediacy, this directness. This is what I was talking about. Just this, in this apparent instant, this impressive instant, there's nothing happening. At the same time, there seems to be this appearance of me, being, all that kind of stuff like that. This narrative happening, but they're not seen as solid anymore. They're not seen as something that I or me is. There's no more identity. There's no more personalization. It's not grasp anymore of something that's happening to me. So it's like the filter's gone. Yeah.
So if there is this slight scent, then it could be said that it's also just what's
empty.
appearing to be happening,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just a slight scent of identity that is quite weak, kind of like driving at the edge
It's
of
it.
something, right?
That's
It's also just it.
it's just this. Yeah, it's also transparently empty. It's what I was expressed. It's a very flimsy illusion. There's this flimsy
Yeah.
illusion that I'm grabbing this. I'm moving through time and space and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's because when the deep sleep happens, when there's this kind of like seeing, or it's not always there. So it's this persistent illusion, but it's sometimes it's a loss of that. It's not a gain, it's a loss of that belief that is me, that there's someone here. So it's just this kind of like unconditional freedom, because there's no more conditional navigator, there's no more driver.
Okay. and,
There's no
and,
controller.
and when and apparently in the body there are some no, there's no idea how to call these things, but okay, maybe if you call them like some, I don't know, traumas or enrooted in the body, apparently, I don't know, where memory, something like some fears or stuff like that. It seemingly, when it kicks in, it's not like, I'm in it. It's like happening kind of
Yeah, yeah,
somewhere. I can then start thinking and say, okay, it's probably happening in the body. So it's like just happening, and then there is this there's this apparent like acting going on from that,
yeah,
like behavior or something. I don't know how we call that.
yeah.
And
And it's a complete package. So there's no history, there's no past, but seemingly in that appearance of traumas, there seems to be a story of a time, or a history of it. But it's also, that's another illusion. But it still happens. Like, for example,
and,
if somebody touched my rib here, that I've had some, I got beat up, right? There's
oh
kind
man,
of like there's this trigger or something, right? Or
yeah,
but it's also that it's kind of like it's a remembrance of something that did not even happen. But
yeah.
but there's remembrance that appears of that. It's but it's also very it's like I saw that in a movie before, but the movie never even happened. It's this persistent illusion that there is this narrative that's continuous. There's this kind of like,
Yeah.
when I was 10 years old, or when I was 20 years old, there's something that happened. And when that is brought up, all of that apparent feeling, or for example, when you smell a perfume of someone, then, or cologne of someone, then there's this remembrance of that apparent illusion. But
Yeah.
there was nothing behind it. Everything is happening all at once. Everything is
There is.
happening without any previous, but seemingly it feels absolutely real. And it's supported by trauma, the feelings in the body, memory, scent, when you smell something, or when you hear a song, invokes this emotion. It's beautiful. It's just not about getting rid of that. It's just seeing that there's this beautiful nothing that presents so
Yeah.
real and so felt, right? It's felt, but there's no one behind it.
There is this there is this laughing at some
Yeah,
point. At some point when this this acting on it happening, then at some point like laughing comes in, and
yeah,
and right, it's kind of not so serious like anymore,
yeah,
right? Kind
yeah,
of no neuroticism, I got about it,
yeah, yeah. There's no
something
more
like
kind
that.
of like hang up on it. It's not stuck anymore, right? It's just this,
Yeah,
everything just passes through, right? There's
yeah,
this passing through of the illusion, and what's permanent is just this emptiness. So sometimes laughter happens, it's kind of like, oh wow, because before, when something arises, you try to grab it. Well, there's no one, there's trying to grab it, trying to grasp it, and trying to
that, yeah. I mean, I see, I see these are just thoughts, man. But the thoughts want to, the body, this apparent body wants to express these thoughts, and these thoughts appear, and they're like saying, well, it's not like totally like that yet. It's somewhere at the edge, right? You know what I mean? But it's just seen like I'm talking nonsense without any meaning. Like
it's all nonsense. We're basically like two birds chirping. It's really meaningless. Caw, chirp, chirp.
But the thoughts are there. The thoughts are there, and they don't mean anything. Like, but they're there, and no meaning at the same time. But kind of they're there.
Yeah.
And there is no understanding about it. Like, how is it possible, or what is it?
Yeah, it's not possible, but seemingly it is happening. It's not happening at the same time, but somehow the impossible is happening, and it's not happening at the same time. You can't wrap it around in a thought or an idea because that's impossible.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's meaningless, and it doesn't even exist, right? This is just this immediacy and this directness of what seems to be happening. It's really nothing.
Man. Oh man. Yeah. What nice. I mean, this relaxation is nice.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. It's done.
And but the thought comes up and says, maybe it's not done, but it does. That's at the edge.
It doesn't matter because there's just a thought.
Yeah, there is even like such a nice relaxation.
It cannot be unseen. It's already seen. It's what I had 4 people in a row in the past every 30 minutes, and it's the same thing. It's done already. It's kind of like, that 3-day thing was just like they have this looking around. They're looking around. They're like,
oh man, I laughed so nicely on Friday when I listened to your podcast. It was this feeling of exactly as like, I don't know. I mean, why did I say exactly if it doesn't mean much?
Yes, it doesn't have a choice. It just won't come out without any meaning.
There's this feeling of exhaustion or something like that. Just everything just so funny. Like every idea that was there, it's just so funny.
It is, isn't it? Right? Now do you understand why I laugh so much in these meetings? Because it's a joke. It doesn't have a purpose. It's just coming out, all of these suggestions, and it is just the fourth wall saying, "There's really nothing happening. There's nothing here." Nothing is serious anymore. Yeah. You know. Isn't it so ordinary? It's just this ordinariness, right? It's just this it's just relaxation, really. It's just but in the story Nothing really happened before. There was this, I think you were in the car and you were hyperventilating. It was like, it was just wanting to get somewhere, but it's already this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Wow. We have nothing to talk about. And the funny, because that one-on-one was like almost like 2 hours, right? I think that was one of the
Yeah, it was
longest
very
one.
long.
Very long, because there was this idea that you had to get something, that you're about to get something. I'm like, no. It's just this.
Yeah, it felt
You're
like
almost there, almost there.
like some very clever trick or something.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with it. It was just what's happening. It was just it's just what is. Yeah.
Like a game or a play or something.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun.
Oh yeah, that was a fun session, man.
Oh.
Yeah. But it didn't really matter.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop the recording just a second.